My name is Ogbo Awoke Obo, and welcome to the continuing conversation on the 7 employee retention hacks that you can begin to implement. Because if your employee turnover is very high, your business will struggle to grow, will struggle to scale. Because once you're getting comfortable at a certain level of performance of the organization, then key people leave. Then you have to start all over again, either training people or trying to recruit, waiting for 6 months to, recruit a certain talent, which took you like 2 or 3 years to recruit. So how do you retain your best hand? How do you ensure that people work with you long enough for 5 years, for 10 years, for 20 years, getting involved and being partners in the vision and the mission of the organization? It's a tall order to get someone to work with you for that long, but it's a necessary order and it is doable. So today, one of the hacks for making sure that people stay with you long enough is equity and equality. Okay, equality and equity. They sound related, but they are not quite the same thing. But I can guarantee you that if your organization lacks equality and then implementations of equity, people are going to leave in droves. They will leave often. And someone said equality is giving everyone a pair of shoes, and equity is making sure that the shoes fit, because some people are size 7 and some people are size 14 and 12. I even found someone the other day who was size 5. And so you will not give everybody in the organization size 12 or size 14 shoes. So even though they all have shoes, those shoes won't fit. So equality means no preferential treatment, giving everybody access, to the same resources in the organization. Taking into account, diversity. Equity is making sure that those resources help everybody to arrive at the same goal. And one example I'm thinking about right now is what Chevron did. When I worked with Chevron, everybody ate in the same canteen. So they had staff canteen. So managers, everybody, all of us ate. All of us had access to the same lunch. I think that's a very good way of killing segregation in organizations, because segregation in organizations and lack of equality can be a problem. Now, the other thing is that kills organizations, that makes retention very difficult, is when you promote someone based on a certain set of criteria, then another person meets that same set of criteria, and then the person doesn't get promoted. It creates problems and tension in the organization. So having different standards in the organization. Equity also would involve things like, gender considerations. For instance, when a woman gets pregnant, your employee, a female, gets pregnant, does she get a different treatment? Or do you say because she's pregnant, you are going to be cutting off some privileges that other people, her male colleagues, enjoy? No, equity means that she's pregnant and she would have maternity leave, but she would have access to the same resources that would allow her to earn promotion, that would allow her to increase her income, so she's not going to be penalized because she's a woman, and she can't help it. Women get pregnant, and so you can't say because she's a woman and she's pregnant, then you're going to cut off some resources, from her because she didn't work the entire 12 months. She had to stay away for 3 months or so, for her maternity leave. So I want you to carefully consider the issue of equality and equity and justice and fairness in the organization. Because when people feel that you are not treating them fairly, that is a very strong springboard to find somewhere else. So please take the issue of equity and equality, justice and fairness very seriously in your organizations. Look at your HR manual and policies and see how you can rejig and transform it to make sure that it's equitable and that there's equality in the organization, that some group of people are not treated differently from other people. And this becomes even more important where you are the CEO and you're from a particular tribe, and then you seem to be favoring in the promotions, in the sending people out for training and all those privileges. You seem to be favoring people from your ethnic group, and then not helping the other people from the different ethnic groups. That is a recipe for an organization that will die before its time. So I'm going to be seeing you again this time tomorrow as we continue the conversations around the 7 employee retention hacks. Keep showing up because you never know what's coming your way next. So there's this hotel in Victoria Island that I often use whenever I have something to do in Lagos. And each time I went to that hotel, I would usually request a room between floor 7 to 9 or maybe 10. I think, I don't know, I don't remember exactly. I think that hotel has up to 22 or 23 floors. So this last time I went there, the receptionist checked me in a room on the 17th floor. I believe it was 1706. And I started protesting. No, give me a room between 7 and 10. She smiled and said, "Hey, Mr. Obo, I think you might like it. Why don't you check it? If you don't like it, I can always change your room." Anyway, I went to room 1706 on 17th floor. And boy, did I like what I saw there. The view was awesome. I literally saw the skyline of all of Victoria Island way into the lagoon. And it was as if I was using that hotel for the first time, because the views I've been having from 7th or 8th floor, I'd never seen them. Now, it was going to be a very, very difficult thing for me on the 17th floor to argue with somebody on the 7th floor about what I was seeing, because we were not seeing the same thing. And it is exactly the same thing with consciousness. You can never operate beyond your level of consciousness. And so when I have worked with clients like MTN, like Flutterwave, like Kutix, name them, several clients, the objective was always to lift the leaders to a higher level of consciousness so that they can make better decisions, take bigger initiatives, manage the organization better, see their markets from an elevated view that they would never see on the 5th floor. And so I'm inviting you to our annual leaders retreat. We hold it every January so that you and your management team can always begin to look at the year from a higher view, from a bigger level of consciousness, to have an understanding of what the year, the next 12 to 18 months is going to look like, and what you need to do as a business to take advantage of all the opportunities in the year, and then to deal with the threats and the risks that you're going to find in your industry. So why don't you chat up my office on 0808 800 1000, and then you will receive the full instruction on how to sign up. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you there on the 14th of January 2023. And until then, until I see you then, keep showing up, for you have no idea what's coming your way next. I'll talk to you real soon.